a network that tries to represent the principal postmodern renaissances of a world increasingly less centered in the perfection and increasingly based in a pop culture that absorbs in inexplicable ways, but at the same time acknowledging the harm that this culture does to us when we consume it in a fast way, without letting space to certain message to reach us, and instead settle with a form of entertainment that is repetitive and insipid, that make us lose attention, the attention to the detail and the patience, both to appreciate the detail and to refine them ourselves. The decline of Western society in front of the influences of a country with relative new origin, based on a lie of false liberty and extending its fallacies beyond its frontiers through the television and other communication channels, as well in the form of cheap entertainment that has paved the way for other companies, from other global power nations to finally conquer these debilitated minds by getting into the extreme of intranscendental of the entertainment itself, stripping it down to its minimum, a minute after minute that we let pass through our fingers, leaving no space for the individual imagination, nor the thought, making with this an absolute disconnection of the collective imagination, an imagination that has guided us for centuries, allowing us to explore and imagine a better tomorrow, a more fair future for all of us, a thought that has helped us little by little transform the world into that better tomorrow that was in our mind. But we have failed. We have failed past generations that risked their life for democracy and a better future. And we have failed future generations that will not be able to enjoy but instead to suffer the results of a war. A cultural war we have been already losing from far too long. A war against an elite. Is up there and makes everything possible to prevent it to change. Prevent us to change it because we have the power to change it. We have the power to flip the pyramid, to tear it down and make it be no more than a straight line, where we are all equal, not the same, but equal. But they don't want it. They don't want their power to slip through their fingers. That's why they opted to manipulate us, to make our time to be the one slipping through our fingers. Quite literally, time that we lose between scrolls, that we lose in doom videos and cheap TV programs. Or sometimes, every time less times, but still sometimes, time we spend in culture. Culture with a message behind, but too much behind, hidden under layers of marketing and ads, hidden in the middle of the jungle that is the consumerism and discussions. Because as we dispute between us, we are not disputing them. We are not arguing against why they are in that position or how did they get there. Because when someone points at them, we look at the finger. It's difficult, but sometimes it will seem like the trees are not letting us see the forest, let alone the mountain beneath it, or the corpses it is built in top of. The wars, battles, and victories are visible. They show up beneath the grass. Someone stumbles up them by chance every now and then. But not the defeats, not the silenced voices, nor the fairy tales. These are way beneath. An archaeology expedition would be needed to find them, and even then, as if it was a cursed temple, we wouldn't have it easy. For the ones watching, the gatekeepers would make sure that the stones are cast, whether to bury them deeper or to hurt us. Because, above all, they will not allow the veil to be lifted. They will not allow us to wake up. Even the few who do end up serving as content to keep the rest asleep. Keep them on the screen, waiting to find happiness, but we don't fool anybody. What we are looking for is the absence of pain. We are looking for soma. We seek fleeting distraction that allow us to dissociate for a moment from our life, to stop feeling it like ours, but not be able to abandon it, because if we could not dissociate our life from our person, we would then need to fight to change it. But if we can, then there's no need to change, only need to connect in order to disconnect, to get away from your life and come back to it, getting every time closer to a world where entertainment is stop entertaining us and starts to be a simple time eater. And culture stop culturizing to start entertaining. And words lose their significance, but ideas don't. If only we could live in the ideas, how easy it would be. That's why we try to do it. Easy, yes, but fake. A fake happiness in a fake life. If only I could lose myself in my thoughts forever, but I cannot, because in my mind, there's only one person. A person I despise as much as I love. Me. And it's not enough. Not for me, I need to connect, to meet, to help and be helped. Because even the most happy moment with myself is a sad one compared to a normal shared happiness. Because I love to love, and I hate to hate, because people is what makes me wake up and keep going. Because it's people who helps me when I lose people. When we lose a person, a connection, a relation, there is no solution in ourselves but melancholy and sadness. And I'm not saying that is bad, but it's not all. And while this will still be there for any moment you can need it, there is something else out there to be found, to be loved. And you, me, I'm talking to me. I'm also something out there to be loved. And I know at some point someone would as much as I need, because lots of people do it already. But I cannot be loved or loved if I'm only with myself and memories. Because the real life is not eternal. It's not a place where kids never grow up and spell out their life punished to write in the board. Real life is change. It's a river going down and we have to flow with it. Either we like it or not, we need to. And to try to go other way, we will only make our past painful. We can only be grateful when we have had something good and try to evolve when we have bad cards. Because life is not our memories, neither our plans, but all that happens when we are thinking about all of this. Never stop dreaming for a better life, but try go for it. Try convert imagination into thought and from there to action. And try to see other people as friends, to help each other, and maybe one day we can change this. This artwork represents what is bad in our society and what we can do about it. This or maybe just an ugly graffiti.